Okay. Young Vince, Uncle Vinny, versatile vigilante man, back with a solo episode today. Wrap up November on a strong note. Get this end of year wrapped up the right way, man. So did some cool podcasts recently. Had Taylor from Acid Sport in here. Had Erica from Campfire. Got some other sick ones lined up. So shout out to all those guys. Go watch that shit if you haven't watched that, man. Some good shit. And I'm not just saying that. But good to get back into the solo groove, man. Before, at the beginning of the year, I wanted to do one solo episode every month. On pace for that. So this is my November episode. And got some good shit to talk about in this one, man. So want to just start it off like this. I was watching Ghetto Boys have a podcast, and I was watching their podcast, and they had Freddie Gibbs on, and I fuck with Freddie Gibbs heavy. He's hilarious, bro. And they were talking about like words being hurtful, basically, like comments being hurtful, this and that. And Freddie Gibbs was like saying, "Nah, fuck that." And the host Scarface, he's like, "Man, words are bullets." And Freddie Gibbs is like, "Nah, fuck that. Words aren't bullets are bullets." And I fucking died just because the way he says it. But then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo, that's so fucking true, man. Like, bro, a word, we give a lot of power to words, man. Like, whether it's tweeted out, whether it's texted to us, whatever, or whether someone's like verbally saying something. Bro, we give words so much power, man. Like, if someone says some mean shit to us, like, we take it to heart. If someone says some really nice shit to us, it's like, oh, that's amazing, makes our day. But I was like taking in what he was saying and then thinking about my life too. Like, bro, words are just a part of it, man. Like, there's actions that you have to take. If you're just saying some kind words, and this is something that happened to me recently, man. I was thinking about like family and like my friends, how much I care about them, and like I was gonna send a text like, "Yo, like, love you guys, whatever," like just whatever on some emotional shit. And I'm thinking about, it, I'm like, nah, fuck that, bro. When I see them, I'll show love. When I see them, I'll do my best to actually like be a good person. Sending that text like a really nice note to somebody, and then not really acting on it to me is useless, bro. And it's just one of those things where not everything needs to be said. Not everything is to be spoken about. Not everything is to be verbally like understood. Sometimes, bro, you just know the vibe. You just know what you're trying to do. It doesn't need to be explained. Like when you're with someone that you're really, really cool with, you don't always have to talk. There doesn't need to always have to be something said because you know. You know what it is. You know you care about each other. You know that you're vibing, whatever it is. So it was just interesting to think about, bro. Like the words that people use, it's cool, but it's not the end of the story, bro. Like the words is not the actions. And I always like to clown politicians, bro. I'm always gonna be on that, probably for the rest of my life. But I just like making fun of politicians. I think they're the fucking worst people, but won't get too deep into that. But I always like to make fun of politicians, bro, because they say like the dumbest words. They say, "I'm condemning this." Like there could be a fucking shooting or like some crazy shit, and they'll be like, "I'm condemning that." And I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, bro, that's not a thing. Like you're just using a word. I condemn it. What does that even mean, bro? Like that doesn't address anything, and it's just so funny. And it's like, bro, that's reprehensible behavior. Bro, okay, let's do something about it. Like, let's act on it. How are you just going to use, like, some stupid term and then that's it? Your job is done. So I just fucking, I don't know. I think that shit's funny, bro. And I like what Gibbs said where he's just like, nah, fuck that. Bullets are bullets. Like, yo, life is real. Like, shit could really happen, Like, a word or a statement made, fuck that shit. Like, yeah, we're human. It could get to us, but yo, man, there's real shit going on. Like real shit going on. Even whether you're like in the streets, whether you're in the corporate world, whether you're just like a average, living an average day, like everyone's gonna go through some crazy shit and everyone has some people in their lives. So the actions need to be there. You can't just speak on a dream. You gotta act on it. You can't just speak on your goals. You gotta act on it. The vocalizing it, and there's a place for that. And it's kind of funny because I do a fucking podcast, so I'm speaking all of this shit. But you gotta act on it, man. Like the best idea is just an idea if you don't actually put that effort and that time in. So when these people say all these big ass statements like, "I'm here for you, I'm this and that," like during COVID, we're all in this together. bro, those are just stupid statements. Like, you actually have to act on that, bro. Like, to be there for each other, you got to put effort in. Like, it's not an easy thing. So when people are there for you and you are there for them, it's understood. Like, that's what I meant, where you don't have to talk about it really. Like, you don't have to say that shit. You just do it. Just do it. If that's your homie, that's your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your family, bro, you don't just text them or tell them you love them every day and then you're out the door and that's it. You gotta be holding them down, like, and they hold, and you gotta hold them to that standard as well, bro. If people really care about you, they need to show it by actions. And if you care about someone, you gotta show it by actions. You guys just telling each other how much you care about each other, bro, that's nice, but it's not the whole story, man. So that was just some shit that I was thinking about recently, and I was watching this video on YouTube. There's a channel called Channel 5 and they do some pretty really like really dope stuff. It's a guy named Andrew and he does like some he's like a real deal journalist, bro, but he covers like underground shit. So he'll go to random places and interview random people. And he interviewed this guy named C-Mac. And anyone who watches No Jumper or is like kind of tapped into that side of YouTube, C-Mac is the one of the biggest characters like I've ever fucking seen. He's huge, like big ass guy that's just like extremely like he's like a cartoon character, bro, and he's like a gangbanger and shit like that. But you could kind of tell he's got a good heart, like he's not a bad person, So the Channel 5, they went to C-Mac's hood, which is in LA, 55th Street, 55. But he went to the C-Mac's hood out in LA and basically he followed C-Mac around and bro, this guy like really he's in the hood, right? Like he's really trying to impact his community. Like this guy had a taco truck out for people. He was giving out pizza. Like he was trying to be a positive member of the community. And they interviewed some people in the neighborhood, like some homeless people, some people that kind of struggling, whatever, and they all said like, man, this guy's really out here, really outside on this street, really trying to give back. Like he'll give me bread if I need it. He'll like some guy got his lawnmower stolen and he's like, man, he got me a new lawnmower. Like he had kids out helping, giving out tacos and shit like that. Just trying to be a positive influence. And I'm like, yo, that's so fucking real, man. Like this guy's, he is what he is, man. He's got fucking gang tattoos all over his face. He's been to jail. Like that is what he is. But bro, he's not just chalking it up. He's trying, man. He's trying to impact his community as the best that he can. And I fucking just really respect that because a politician would never go down there. And if they were to do that, they're going down there with a camera. And like a celebrity, they're going down there with a camera. C-Mac, there was a camera on him this time, but everyone was vouching for him. Like, yo, this guy's out here all the time. Like, he's really just about that, about making a positive impact. So to see that as an example, and you don't need to be in the streets, where you don't need to be a gang member to give back. It's not even about giving back. It's just live what you're talking about, man. If you say you want to be so generous, you want to help the community, you want to be a good person to be around, you want to do your thing, you got to actually put that work in, bro. Like there's no manual for it, there's no guide, but you got to do something, man. Just cuz like, yo, a nice tweet or a nice statement on TV, it's not helping, man. No matter what these guys on TV tell you, these politicians tell you, condemning something or saying some stupid lingo, bro, it's not paying anyone's bills. It's not helping anyone at the end of the day. You got to be there physically, mentally, spiritually. Like, yo, we're not just trying to talk out here, man. Trying to make an impact. And even like shout out Campfire and Community Market. Like I've shouted them out before we had them on. Bro, these guys are really just trying to do some shit. Really trying to help. Really trying to be a factor in the community, man, with whatever. Like, I don't think they have too much planned out. It's just like, let's try, let's keep doing shit. Instead of just sending some tweets out and some IGs, like, bro, nah, let's go outside. Like, let's meet people. Let's go face to face, try to make an impact. And it's real as fuck, man. And I support that shit. So that's what it is, man. The words need to match the actions. Without that, the words are fucking useless. You could make the nicest, well-crafted statement in the world. Who gives a fuck? And that's also why I've always enjoyed people like like, like a rough around the edges type of character, because the words that they're using might be like a little bit offensive to some ears. Like, they're not maybe the best statements, but they're saying and doing what they're talking about. Like, they're living what they're talking about, man. Like, they're doing their thing, and when you're doing your thing, you're actually putting that effort in, that time in. Fuck it, man. No one can tell you shit. No one can tell you shit. As Smiley would say, man, buy or buy. Like, if you're not helping, you're fucking out of here. And I went out, like, had a little trip recently, and that really hit me. Like, yo, business, personal, all that shit. Effort needs to be put in. Like, there's no shortcuts for any of it. We can't just say, oh, I want this, this, and this, and then hope for it, man. That's not what it is. You got to have the thoughts, of course, and having discussions, of course, but you got to fucking do it, man. Try to put the pieces in place. There's no perfect sentence for you, man. No matter what fucking some politician's going to tell you, you got to actually do it. You can't just say I'm there for you or this is it. You got to do it, man. You got to fucking do it. So that's my little rant for the day. Really, really good, like, realization, I was fucking thinking about that shit. I'm like, this is good shit to know. This is good shit to practice. Like, yo, try something, do something, whatever. Just stop talking about it, man. Like, sick of fucking talk, man. Again, hilarious because I'm on a podcast. I do a fucking podcast, but bro, actions speak louder than words, man. Cliche gang. Actions speak louder than words. It's been true for fucking thousands of years. It's true to this day. These guys just talking, making statements, not backing it up. They're not valid. If you're just talking, you're just making statements, you're saying shit, but not backing it up, you're not valid. Like, you're not official. If you're actually doing that shit, whatever it is, I rate it. But the actions need to match the words you're fucking using. Otherwise, you're muted, bro. An end of story. So that's kind of what I want to say. So shout out Freddie Gibbs for getting the ball rolling on that. He's a real one. I fuck with that guy. And then last but not least, man, R.I.P. Young Dolph, bro. I was fucking thinking about a lot of this shit and then found out Young Dolph died. And man, huge loss. I was a fan of his music and I really liked his hustle too. He had a real entrepreneur spirit. And there's a video on YouTube. He did like a vlog with No Jumper one day, like a day in the life of Young Dolph. And he said this shit where they went to the mall, they're just smoking and shit. And he's like, man, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta do shit. Sometimes you just gotta go smoke, go to the mall, buy some shit to kill some time, man. You just gotta do shit and kill some time. And from the second I watched that, like, years ago, whenever it came out, I love that line, man. It was just like, yes, bro. Like, see, he doesn't have the answers really. He's just saying, go do some shit. Fuck it. Let's go do some shit. Let's kill some time. Let's make the most of the day. So shout out to Young Dolph, man. Fucking huge loss. Big fan of his music. Him and Key Glock, always been a fan. R.I.P. Young Dolph, bro. But he left us some good shit too. So Nipsey Hussle, same thing. Like, there's still some good shit out there where we could learn from, and he was a good spirit. So rest in peace, Young Dolph. Fuck with that guy. And hopefully this shit stops happening. But again, I don't know. That's just talk. But R.I.P. Young Dolph, versatile vigilante. That's about it. Words speak fucking not as loud as actions. Action. It's a funny way of saying actions speak louder than words. So do your thing, man. Do your best. But fuck, man, you gotta put that work in. There's no debating that. There's no negotiation about that. You can condemn something all you fucking want, man. If you don't act on it, global warming, stop global warming. We'll fucking do something. Stop talking about that shit. But yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Fuck that talk. We're out here, man. Look out for some new interviews coming up. New year starting soon. Got some crazy shit ready to roll. Got some crazy ideas. Gotta act on it. We're fucking out here, man. Young Vince, versatile vigilante. Shout out everybody. R.I.P. Young Dolph.